Welcome to the California Maverick, a channel fighting for a free and sane California. Okay, while the rest of the country enjoys gas prices at a 4-year low at $3.20 a gallon, California's prices are going up starting July 1st. Nationwide, gas prices are dropping. California's are increasing due to several factors: our cap and trade program, our special low carbon gas blend, a credit system that raises costs for refineries, and 2 big changes coming July 1st that will make things worse. Let's get into it. First, the gasoline excise tax, overseen by the California Department of Tax and Fee Administration. It's currently at 59 cents a gallon. On July 1st, it will increase to 61 cents a gallon. This tax normally adjusts annually for inflation, but starting this year, it will only be increasing year after year. Second, the Low Carbon Fuel Standard, or LCFS, set by the California Air Resources Board, will add up to 65 cents a gallon starting July 1st.
It's something that most Californians feel every time they fill up their cars at gas stations like this one, just that sticker shock seeing that number. The question is, how much more will they soon be paying? Well, it depends who you ask.
121.67.
We're between a hard place and a rock. You gotta get gas.
It's the pain many people feel as they watch the price tag at the pump go up.
That gas tax is going to push me out of the state.
Starting July 1st, the state excise tax for gas will increase by 2 cents, going from about 59 cents to 61 cents per gallon. That's a number politicians on both sides agree on, but the confusion is coming from the new low-carbon fuel standard passed by the California Air Resources Board last fall, and how it will impact gas prices, after a University of Pennsylvania report found it would be a 65-cent increase. It's why Senator Brian Jones created this petition against it, calling out the governor.
All Californians have to do is look at their wallet.
UC Davis Associate Director in the Energy Futures Program, Colin Murphy, says 65 cents is the worst case scenario. His models show it would increase by 8 or 9 cents per gallon.
If the credit price spiked up to the ceiling, then 65 cents per gallon would be reasonable. However, there is no evidence suggesting that the credit price is going to rise anywhere near that ceiling.
Governor Gavin Newsom's office released what it's calling a fact-check sheet, saying Republican lawmakers and the oil industry are spreading misinformation, to which Jones replied,
I think it's very offensive to California motorists, people that are buying gasoline every single day to get to work, for this governor to keep trying to split hairs on how much is it actually going to be. The bottom line is it's going to be more.
Politicians pointing the finger at each other over gas prices, with California drivers paying the price.
Republicans in the California State Assembly proposed Assembly Bill 1638 to pause the LCFS for 6 months to find a better solution and to provide temporary relief. But the Democratic supermajority in the legislature rejected it. Other proposals were brought up by Democrats in the California state legislature, like a $400 debit card for drivers, limiting 2 cars per household, or a $750 million grant for public transit. But let's be real, no one wants a $400 debit card that won't even pay for a week or 2 worth of gas, especially if it goes up to $8, $10, or $12 a gallon. Also, public transit in California isn't the most reliable. And you and I know most of that money gets eaten up by administration fees. Just look at the DMV registration. The average registration in California is $600, with some as high as $1,000 per vehicle. A lot of the costs of these registrations are supposedly for roads and infrastructure. Yet, our roads remain unfixed and our infrastructure is crumbling. We have the 4th worst roads in the country. So where's all that money going? The biggest issue that no one's talking about is the 2 major refineries closing. Phillips 66 in Los Angeles by the end of this year, and Valero Benicia in April of next year. Those two refineries represent 20% of California's refining capacity. And these closures aren't because of capitalism, price gouging, or greedy oil companies. Refineries are shutting down because they can't afford to operate under California's regulations. Meanwhile, demand for gas is increasing. Electric vehicle sales are actually slowing down and stagnating. With production and supply going down and demand increasing, prices could hit $8 a gallon in 2 years. Some say up to 10 or 12. And here's another thing that debunks the price gouging myth. Most gas stations in California are small businesses. They're franchisees with high overhead, property tax, regulations, underground tank maintenance and regulations, and high energy costs. And the funny thing is, these gas stations don't really make that much money off of the gas itself. And in some cases, they actually take a loss. The way gas stations actually make their money comes from the concessions in the store, like chips, soda, snacks. It's very similar to how movie theaters operate. Movie theaters don't make money off of ticket sales. They make money off of the concessions, the soda, popcorn, candy, hot dog, nachos. Same exact concept with gas stations. Another thing that people don't realize is that gas prices affect everything because fuel is the way we transport goods and services. And it's not just regular fuel that's going up, it's diesel. Diesel is going up 46 cents a gallon coming July 1st. The California Air Resources Board under the California Environmental Protection Agency sets all these taxes and regulations like the low carbon fuel standard. CARB for short is a 16-member board of unelected environmentalists and administrators. That's an incredible amount of power for individuals who are unelected. And here's the crazy thing. The Democrat supermajority in California's legislature, along with Governor Gavin Newsom and the rest of the Democrats in Sacramento, support policies that drive up costs. The California Air Resources Board and these politicians spend billions in tax dollars to fund the very same policies that make everything more expensive and the cost of living in California unbearable. Instead of representing you, these people think they know what's best for you, and you can't tell them how to spend your money. And let's play devil's advocate. Let's accept the idea of a climate crisis. Taxing the middle and lower classes into oblivion won't fix it. It also won't push people to buy electric vehicles. Why? The average electric vehicle costs $60,000. And with California's crazy insurance costs and interest rates, monthly payments for a car can hit $2,000 a month. That's just unrealistic and unaffordable for most people. Plus, California's grid can't handle a surge in electric vehicles or charging stations. California's very own policies push away fossil fuels, relying on unreliable sources like solar and wind, or importing energy from other states, which drives up the cost of electricity and utilities, on top of an unreliable grid. And what's even more baffling is because these policies have been closing refineries since 2008, we get over 60% of our fuel from places like Saudi Arabia, Iraq, and Brazil. And let's be completely honest, do you think these countries follow California's strict environmental rules? And how do you think the fuel gets here? It gets here on ships, trucks, trains, all burning more fuel. This completely contradicts the goal of reducing emissions and saving the climate. And I'm not going to even dive into the issues with electric vehicle batteries, solar panels, and wind turbines that use lithium and cobalt sourced from China and the Congo. My only hope, and I pray, that if gas prices do in fact reach $8, $10, or even $12 a gallon, maybe people will rethink how they vote or view these issues. I'm not optimistic, but I hope I'm wrong. For now, I'm going to keep highlighting these problems. Elections have consequences, and California needs to face that. Focusing on rainbow flags, government handouts to illegal immigrants, or slogans like tax the rich won't solve these issues. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments. I've got a video linked at the end that dives deeper into the low carbon fuel standard, gas tax credits, and the California Air Resources Board. If you like this video, leave a like, share, and possibly subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.